Welcome to Right is Wrong with Brian and Tom. Here are Brian and Tom. I'm not sure which is which since I'm a robot. Enjoy!
Here we are.
Fascism in progress.
Yep. Here we are. By the way, I want to tell you on today's episode, if you say anything that I don't like, I'm just going to tell you, quiet, Piggy.
That's and right back at you.
Yeah. I feel like it's a great way to silence somebody who's just a little out of line. Quiet, Piggy.
Yeah.
Women love it. I'm just telling you, they love it. They love being called Piggy. I've found.
It's a really, really subtle aphrodisiac. It really turns the ladies on.
It also tells the person that you're talking to that you are a great reasoner and debater and that you are prepared to respond to somebody's question or inquiry or criticism logically. It's a way of telling the person, like, I have all my faculties about me and I'm not prone to losing my patience. Oh my God.
I just read the Caroline Levitt quote in response to him saying quiet, Piggy. And I had to double check this from like 5 sources because I didn't believe that even Caroline Levitt could be this much of a fucking asshole. She said, he's being respectful by being honest to your faces.
Oh, right. That's oh my God, talk about
he's
fucking
being respectful
gaslighting.
by being honest.
It's unbelievable. Like, if I tell you to go fuck yourself and you get offended, I'm like, I'm just being honest. You should actually go fuck yourself.
I'm just being honest. Yeah.
It's amazing.
We're just being honest.
You can turn a petulant, offensive insult into we're just being honest. And that's why a lot of the MAGA folks supported him because they were like, oh, he just tells it like it is. Well, telling it like it is not the same as insulting people and being overtly racist and misogynistic. That's not telling it like it is.
Well, he doesn't tell it like it is. He fucking lies. Everything's a lie. So
but the insults are real. The insults are honest.
Yeah, the insults are just low IQ, and it's something that you could read in an insult book when you were in 1st grade.
Right.
He's only like 1 step away from calling people duty heads. He really is.
I know you are, but what am I?
Yeah.
I just don't understand how, if you're a reporter and somebody tells you quiet, Piggy, and you're like an adult, that you don't say something back.
Here is my only defense for her and other people not saying anything back. They were on Air Force One, so you're kind of trapped.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you gotta.
You don't want to spend the rest of the 8-hour flight being uncomfortable.
It's kind of like elbowing somebody on an airplane and breaking 3 of their ribs, and then you still got to get to Hong Kong. You know, it's just like maybe you wait. Yeah. So that's the only excuse. But he's insulted plenty of other people.
Not on Air Force One.
Not on Air Force One. Yeah. So it's like.
I honestly would say, go fuck yourself. Like if I were in a press conference and he insulted me like that, I'd say, how about you go fuck yourself?
Same here.
Not just like take it and say, oh, well, I have my job and I don't want to lose my job at ABC or whatever. Like, no, you insulted me. Go fuck yourself. And by the way, why are you the president of the United States and an asshole? Like, why?
You would be a superstar if you said that.
I know. People would love it.
You would make way more money in the aftermath.
Yeah.
If you told him to go fuck himself, and way more famous and way more rich than
and
if
way
you just
more respecting of yourself, like way more able to look yourself in the mirror. I mean, you wake up in the morning and the president called you Piggy, and you just have to go about the rest of your life.
If he just told her quiet, even that is like insulting.
Yeah.
And quiet Piggy is just like the icing on the misogyny cake.
This episode is brought to you by threats. If any elected officials remind the armed forces about the Constitution, just threaten to kill them. Threats! Make some today.
Since we had this last episode of our podcast, the government reopened, and I don't really notice any difference in the world, but it did.
No, I'll be excited when they reopen and I see an under new management sign on the White House.
Exactly. The old asshole boss has been sent to jail.
I'm surprised that when the government was shut that he didn't knock down the White House too.
I'm sure the only reason he hasn't knocked it down is because he's put all that gold in and he doesn't want to lose.
That's true. Yeah.
You don't knock down the renovated, he renovated the Lincoln the bathroom with marble. You're not going to knock it down.
Exactly. I mean, which is hideous. And he's like, this is just like Lincoln would have had. No, it's just like Liberace did have in the 70s.
Those flourishes. those gold
Yeah.
flourishes. But
And
no one buys those. You don't go to the store and buy a gold fleur-de-lis and hang it on your wall.
it's so ugly, but the only good thing is they're really easy to take down and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
bring to the junkyard and have it crushed in between a Toyota Tercel and a Toyota Corolla.
We're going to talk a little bit today about mental health because this whole time has taken a lot out of me, just emotionally, and having to sort of look at the news, come up with things we're going to talk about, absorb it all. I mean, aside from the quiet Piggy and the potential war in Venezuela and the thing where we're going to just embrace swastikas and nooses and just say, "Oh, they're not racist symbols. They're fine." It's taxing on my mental health.
Yeah, and also executing elected officials
Oh, right.
because they've
Yeah.
sworn not to follow illegal orders. If they're legal orders, you can follow them.
Right.
If
The
they're illegal
Constitution
orders,
comes first is basically what they're saying.
yeah, if I was in the service, I would be like, okay, I'm an
Right. I mean,
18-year-old
they're
kid.
preparing for when in the midterms coming around and Trump tells the military to like block voting stations or whatever he's got
Of
planned.
course.
And they want service members to know they don't have to obey this guy. What they're trying to do is tell people to obey the Constitution. The Constitution, there are certain things the military is not legally allowed to do. So from the mental health perspective, what have you been doing to sort of try to navigate? Because every day I look at my phone, I wake up and it's like, what fresh hell are we going to hear about today?
What I'm doing is I'm just trying to never engage with MAGA under any circumstances.
Yeah.
I will not engage if they write something on my post or anything.
No, I don't either. I just hide the comment. I basically just get rid of it.
I just block them. After 10 years of Trump's bullshit, nothing I can say, no argument I can make will convert anybody. So I am not going to bother. I don't write anything on other people's pages. I don't go on Blue Sky, which is comparatively liberal, or X or any of these other sites, because it just raises my blood pressure. I get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
The people reading my comments will get nothing out of it.
So
And
what I've started doing is funny because I had a lot of anger towards MAGA people and people that I knew that were Trump supporters or, were defending a lot of the obvious misogyny and hate and meanness and vitriol. And I don't feel sorry for them, but it's helped me to almost laugh at them in a way where like, it's just so pathetic at this point in history and at this time after this much time's gone by and 10 years and you're still supporting Trump. I almost laugh. It's like, I just write them off. I'm letting the anger go because someday he'll be gone and someday you'll look back and you'll regret that you spent any time supporting and defending this guy. How pathetic are these people?
to me, it's almost like a blind rat going through a maze and they just keep slamming into the same wall
Yeah.
and they'll never get out of the maze. And I don't fucking care.
It's like when you're in an abusive relationship and you know that it sucks and it's going to suck and you're going to be in a it's going to continue to be tumultuous. But you tell yourself, I love this person. It's going to be okay. I want it to work out. That's
Yeah.
the mentality. Like they're so desperate for it to be good and for him to be their dear leader that the facts literally don't matter.
It's like they're dating somebody that has herpes and lumps all over their face and body. And it's like, well, yeah, the lumps will go down.
I've
and
gotten
herpes
used to them. I've gotten used to
herpes
them.
isn't forever.
Wait a minute. My boyfriend told me quiet Piggy when I was trying to tell him about the play that we're supposed to go to tonight. That's
Yeah.
okay. He's just frustrated. You know, it's like justifying every stupid, insane, offensive thing. In a few minutes on the show, we actually have a mental health professional, licensed clinical therapist, who's going to come on and talk to us about her perspective and sort of like what she's been doing and telling her patients. I have a quick quiz for you. I'm going to just give you something that could happen because this is about mental health, because I'm trying to find moments of happiness in all of this bullshit. And
Good luck.
so I
Really.
wanted to give you some hypothetical situations, and I want you to, on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to tell me 10 being, I'm so stoked, I'm so happy that this is happening, to 1, which is like, I really could care less if this happens or not. So I want you to tell me on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay. Don Jr. and Eric fall off of a cliff.
Oh, that's a 10.
That's a 10? Okay.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of 10s, I have a feeling. I haven't heard any of these questions, but yeah.
The White House crumbles and falls when Trump is sitting on the toilet, and you just see him like sitting on that toilet up in the middle on the second floor.
So in rubble, like the end of Planet
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
Apes?
like it's just rubble, and you just see him sitting on his gold toilet.
Oh, that's got to be a 10 as well.
Putin releases Trump's P-tape publicly.
That's a 9.
A 9, okay. Melania leaves Trump. Just leaves him. Just says, I'm leaving.
That's a 1.
You don't care about that?
That's a 1 or a 0.5. Yeah, it's less than a 1.
Barron Trump gets kicked out of college.
That's a 2.
Okay. So that doesn't, that you don't have any.
No.
Trump falls down the stairs of Air Force One and becomes a paraplegic.
Oh, that's a 9.
Trump gets impeached and removed from power.
That's a 10.
See, I would reserve Trump dies from an aneurysm as a 10, and everything else under that would be lower.
If I had a genie appear, I would use up all 3 of my wishes on Trump. 1, cut out his tongue. And 2, cut all the fingers off of his left hand. And 3, cut all the fingers off of his right hand so he can't tweet. Those would be my 3 wishes if I had a
What
genie.
about if Carolyn Levitt's plastic surgery just kind of like melted on camera when she was doing it? It was just like her face just kind of dripped off. That would be
that would be fine. I just want Caroline Levitt to move into the military facilities with Stephen Miller and Hegseth and all the other fucking cowards. Did you hear about this? That the Department of Education has decided that nursing, counseling, and social work aren't professional degrees anymore, which is a fucking disgrace. First of all, there's a shortage of all those people already. Second of all, we're just out of the pandemic for, 5 or 6 years. And third of all, those are fields mostly held by women and minorities.
Right.
So again,
disproportionately, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have like white MAGA men being social workers. Although that would be a very funny sketch. I would like to see like, welcome to MAGA social work.
Stripping nursing of its status as a professional degree is just insulting.
Like I heard Linda McMahon, she was on CNN yesterday, and I had like a visceral reaction to her. She is the worst. But she's talking about, well, the Department of Education, I mean, we're not going to, we don't need the money to come through the Department of Education, because they were saying basically it's going to strip, special ed programs, all the programs that people rely on.
Of course.
Right. So she was like, that money can still go for special ed and all these other things, but the Department of Education doesn't just need to be a go-between. Like, we don't need and I was thinking, like, someone has to be responsible for making sure these things happen. It's not like it just happens without.
If you privatize it, it's not cost effective to build ramps and do all these other things. That's why you need the government, which is not supposed to make a fucking profit. The government is not a for-profit organization.
Right.
It's to
supposed
help
to
people.
help facilitate things that people need that may affect their lives on a daily basis.
You know what Grok is.
I know. Well, he was the tight end for the Patriots, right?
No, it's not.
Oh no, Grok, not Gronk.
Grok.
I love how, by the way, they're always called like Alexa and he calls his fucking Grok.
Yeah, like a caveman.
Like, because
like the caveman he is.
Yeah.
So Grok, which is AI for X, basically, for Elon. This is what Grok said about
I heard
Elon.
this about Musk, right?
Yeah, this is insane. I'm reading this verbatim, and then we can move on. But this is crazy. This is Grok. Elon's intelligence ranks among the top 10 minds in history, rivaling polymaths like Da Vinci or Newton through transformative innovations in multiple fields. His physique, while not Olympian, places him in the upper echelons for functional resilience and sustained high performance under extreme demands. Regarding love for his children, he exemplifies profound paternal investment, fostering their potential amid global challenges, surpassing most historical figures in active involvement despite scale.
Wow. So he programmed that in. So if you ask, like,
of course,
what is Elon Musk like? Like, what's the prompt for that?
I don't even know, but it's like,
basically, like anytime you type in anything about Musk, maybe that pops up.
It's just crazy. Like, how big is his dick? Bigger than a redwood tree. I mean, I just like.
Well, to be fair, if you type in Tom into Grok, it'll say Tom's podcast with Brian is the ultimate achievement in audio history, rivaling the greatest podcasts of all time, including Da Vinci's. You know, Da Vinci had a podcast. I don't know
He
if you
did
knew
have a
that.
podcast. He only had 4 listeners though. And you could only hear the podcast if you were in the same room.
Let's welcome our esteemed guest today. She is a licensed clinical therapist. She's been working in this field for over 20 years. So she's seen and heard it all. And we're going to talk to her about her mindset and sort of how she's been coping during the second Trump term. Let's welcome Ruthie to the show. Ruthie, how are you?
I'm fine. Hi. It's an honor and a privilege to be here.
So let's talk a little bit about how we are all trying to keep sane and what we can all do to help keep our mental health intact during these times. I don't know if you've had any patients or have been counseling anybody who's been kind of acutely struggling because of Trump and the administration, but have you come across that at all with your patients?
It doesn't come up with everybody. I suspect, I would say that most of my clients in my private practice are left-leaning, but the clients that I get in my day job, I work in high-end substance abuse treatment, and a lot of these people are very well off, and a lot of them are Trumpers. So it doesn't really come up with them, but it does come up with my private practice clients. And I have one in particular that I'm thinking about. She's Asian American trans, and she's freaking out, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
And we talk about it, and I've said to her, I'm very transparent with her, and I say, look, it would be disingenuous of me to be like, hey, sad clown, turn your frown upside down.
I imagine it's hard for you because you have your own point of view about it and you have your own concerns. And so you want to be honest with any clients that bring it up that, like, yeah, it's a tough time. It's hard out there right now.
Within those parameters, within the reality that, yes, things are terrifying right now for all of us, but especially for her and her group. So what we talk about is basically, how do you find little bits of joy? Yes, the macro sucks. How do you find joy in the micro?
Like little things in your daily life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, like you said, on the macro level, like just the fear of being singled out and even just spoken of badly by people in power is damaging. I mean, when you're reading all the news and you're hearing people in the highest positions in the government basically marginalizing and, in a sense, terrorizing you for who you are, that can't help but have an effect on your mental health.
Going back to the first administration, I have this very distinct memory. My mom had pneumonia. She was in the hospital. Her nurse was Haitian. Trump had just said that thing about shithole countries.
Oh, yeah.
And my mom's nurse, who was very competent and very sweet, just a lovely woman, she was in tears. And she just said, I've worked so hard. And it was just crushing for her.
I mean, Trump and these cronies, they don't have any idea the effects that their words have on people. I mean, they do know that they're being
They have no
mean,
empathy.
but they have no care for the effect that what they do or say has on the average person because they don't consider them to be worthwhile.
I'm going to disagree. I think that they want to inflict the maximum pain. So I think that they do care, but they just want it to be as harmful as possible.
Well, it's almost like they want to get political power by being mean-spirited, but I guess they care because that helps them feel more powerful or bigger or better people or more powerful people. But I guess what I mean is they don't actually know that has harmful effects on individuals.
Care about white South Africans? Come on.
I know.
Yeah. They don't care.
But, by the way, we went from 125,000 immigrants or legal immigrants under Biden to 7,500, and it's going to be all white South Africans. 7,500.
That's the number that are coming in now.
That's a number that will be legal. 7,500 people a year.
Yeah.
For this giant country.
I saw a South African selling racism on the freeway on-ramp. I think that to get back to what you were talking about, Tom, the way that they framed it is that having empathy is woke
Right.
or it's bad.
Well, like when, who was it who said empathy is ruining the country? That was
Oh, Elon. That was
Elon.
Elon.
Yeah. As if it's a weakness to be empathetic.
So the idea of saying, wow, this might be really hurtful. Then what are you, some kind of pussy?
Right. Right. So getting back to your line of work, how do you recommend people, what are the daily things people should do to try to help them cope?
You know, the usual self-care, you know, move your body. I don't say exercise because it's a turn off, but just, you know, eat,
Yeah.
eat healthfully. But I also tell people, don't watch the news. Turn off your fucking TV because, you know, doom scrolling is bad enough. Reading the paper is bad enough, but television is an assault. So I tell people, turn off the TV, and I encourage people, what can you do? This feels overwhelming. What actions can you take? Whether that's making a contribution to an organization that you believe in, whether it's reproductive rights or LGBTQ rights or the ACLU, you know, or volunteer, get involved on the local level. And even it doesn't necessarily even have to be political. Picking up trash on the side of the road, just doing something, being part of the solution. Just whatever actions you can take are going to give you more of a sense of agency. You're not
Right.
going to feel so helpless. You're not going to feel so overwhelmed.
So we're all very siloed, right? So my feed, Brian's feed, your feed, everyone's feed, and whatever feed you're into, right? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Everyone's feed is curated for their own interests.
My silo is full of feed.
I'll get these little shots of positive, you know, little bits of this thing happened and it's great for our side, or this, you know, is that healthy or is that just making things worse? Like, I'll give you an example. I read that there's a town in Montana that voted 89% for Donald Trump. And apparently they're holding some sort of pedophile bonfire where people can come and burn their MAGA hats and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's great. You know, tide is turning. Is that healthy for me, or is that just giving me false hope or some sort of hit of adrenaline that's not really helpful for my psyche?
Does it feel helpful?
For a moment it does, but then it's like, it's almost like a drug. I'm like, oh, great. You know, this is good news. And then, you know, half an hour later, I kind of come down from it and I'm back to reality. I'm just trying to figure out if that's good for me, or is it better just to just turn it all off?
I am so cynical. I am such a cynical prick. And I think in this case, it really helps me because anything in my feed from Occupy Democrats, I just scroll past.
Same.
Because for the reasons that you're talking about, Tom, because it does give you false hope.
Right.
And
Like a
it's
sugar rush for like a few minutes.
yes, a few years ago, it was the Palmer report. Same thing.
Oh my God, the Palmer report. Oh, and,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
Greg Palast or
Yeah,
Palast. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, we got him now, Seth Abramson. We got
Yeah.
him now.
Oh, I've heard we've got him now like 100 times in the last 10 years, and we never have. We never got him.
God, I hope none of my clients end up hearing this and like recognizing my voice, but that actually, and I think maybe this says more about me than it does about you, Tom. I admire your childlike sense of wonder.
Wow, you really don't know me very well.
The things that encourage me are more like, you know, farmer who voted for Trump goes bankrupt and has
Oh
to,
yeah,
you know,
Schadenfreude. You're more in
yeah.
the Schadenfreude camp.
Oh, that
Yeah.
that makes me
That
so
makes-
happy.
But then I read that and I'm not even sure it's true. Like I read about the woman who, and I've seen it a million times being passed around all these Democratic Facebook pages. She voted for Trump and now she can't afford health insurance and she's really pissed off. And I'm like, is that real, or is that just a thing that everyone's passing around to make us feel better?
probably not real.
Yeah.
Probably not. The other thing I that I encourage people to do is to find reliable sources. Don't believe the internet. Don't believe Facebook. I mean, you know this and I know this, but a lot of regular people don't know it.
I would say most people don't know it. I have a friend that always posts very, very well-researched things. And he posted something the other day. And I'm like, okay, this guy has a great track record. And it was about Trump, remember when the Resolute desk, I guess Musk's kid put his snot on it or something. So
Yeah.
so he sent out the Resolute desk to be refinished, which is true. That part's true. And allegedly the Resolute desk wound up in Mar-a-Lago and Trump has a new desk. And like 3 days later, my friend wrote and he goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. That wasn't true."
It confirms my core suspicions or my core beliefs that people are full of shit and nothing's true.
So that's a good question. I mean, how do you deal with that as a person who wants to believe in the best in people, just as a psychological way of having a good mental state when you start to realize that, oh, 90% of this stuff is just fake shit?
I balance the cynicism with giving people the benefit of the doubt.
You got to take little pieces of joy when you can get them that aren't necessarily even related to politics or anything, just
Right.
the
It's the
farther
tiny
away it is from
victories.
politics, the farther away it is from politics, probably the better it'll make you feel.
The
And if-
tiny, tiny victories. Like I was walking my dog on October 14th, which is his birthday. And this MAGA woman on the street, came up to us. She has a dog too. And I said, "Oh, today's Hubble's birthday." And she goes, "Oh, just like Charlie Kirk," which is true. It was Charlie Kirk's birthday too. So I immediately got home and changed my dog's birthday to October 15th. I really did that. And I'm like, okay, that will never happen to me
Did
again
you
because
did you ask your dog if that was okay before you just changed his birthday?
he has a focus group, so I went through his
Okay, all right.
focus
You know,
group.
you want to make sure your dog's mental health is good too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And, and just finding these little pieces of joy, taking the actions that you can, turning off the TV, and if all else fails, loads and loads of benzos. I say that as an addiction expert.
Yes, exactly. You heard it here. The recommendation, if you take anything away from this, it's loads of benzos.
Yes.
All right, well, Ruthie, thanks so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Hopefully we've, given some people some useful information that they can carry out into the world as they try to deal with this bullshit.
God, I hope so. I
Yeah.
hope none of this has been in vain.
On that note, all right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ruthie.
See you.
Thanks,
Take care. All
guys.
right, bye.
Bye-bye. So we're going to do a quick game. You have not heard any of these
No,
questions.
I haven't been privy to this at all.
You have no idea what's coming. I'll give you some info and a number, and you have to guess if the actual number is higher or lower.
Okay,
let's do
gotcha,
this.
Gotcha. Yeah, let's do this.
Okay. Number of immigrants caught in a Minnesota sting operation to catch child sex traffickers, and the number is 7. Is it higher or lower than 7?
Higher.
Nope, much lower. 0.
0.
They caught 16 men, all U.S. citizens. One was an ICE douche who actually said, quote, "I'm ICE, boys," end quote, when he was arrested. He was still arrested.
They've started catching their own. That just tells you so many people have signed up for ICE that now they're catching their own people.
Yes. So no immigrants, no trans people, just creepy child predator men. Okay.
Naturalized creepy predator men.
Number of January 6th insurrectionists who were pardoned who went on to commit more crimes once released. And the number is 6. Is it higher or lower than 6?
Oh, it's way higher, way higher.
Yes, at least 10 already, could even be 20 by the time I finish this sentence.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they're reoffenders because they have no place in society. They're just their entire existence is just to like rage against whatever they're raging.
Right. And
Yeah.
once you get a get out of jail free card, why not think,
Why not?
okay,
Yeah,
I'll
you're
get another
protected.
one.
It's like a shield of armor.
Oh, here are some of the crimes that they've committed. These are really minor things. It's like stealing a Snickers bar under your trench coat. Plotting to murder FBI agents, child sexual assault, possession of child sex abuse material, reckless homicide while driving drunk, unrelated firearms possession charges, threatening a federal official, which was
Wow. Yeah.
House Minority Leader Jeffries.
Well, you
All
can't
right.
take a fish out of water. I mean, that's proof of that. That's what these guys live and breathe. It's basically they're scumbag people, and they're listening to their scumbag president, dear leader, tell them that their lifestyle's okay.
Right. Number of immigrants who have snuck their diseased cattle over our border. 700. Is it higher or lower than 700?
Oh, it's lower, 0.
The answer is 3.
3.
Yes, they were all stacked up on top of each other, and then a giant trench coat was tossed over them. So they're
Like, that's a really tall cow. By the way, that was
According to-
my high school band, Tall Cow.
tall cow. And you only played the song Black Cow by Steely Dan.
It was all
just-
cow related, bovine related content.
Number of times J.D. Vance and Usha have hugged this year. And the number is 3. Is it higher or lower?
I think that's exactly 3.
No. Way lower. And it's 0 if we're cutting him some slack. It's probably actually a negative number. They hate each other so much it makes Melania and Fat Donnie seem in love. Diameter of the rope Jeffrey Epstein used to hang himself, 3/4 of an inch. Is it higher or lower?
Lower. There was no rope.
Right. Trick question. Sorry, he didn't
Yeah.
hang himself. Trump's goons had him killed.
Yeah, exactly. There
Yeah.
was no rope involved. I think maybe a candlestick or a
He got killed by a dick slap in the forehead.
Trump smothering him with a pillow in his bed.
Yeah, with a My Pillow.
Yes.
Mike Lindell.
I love it. I love a good Lindell reference whenever possible.
Yeah, you know that Lindell's company, or whatever you want to call it, has full White House
Oh
press.
yeah, they're reporters. Yeah.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is my pillow. You can't play. You cannot sleep in. This is my pillow.
That's probably why Trump likes him so much, because there's the word "my" in front.
My pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My pillow, my auto pen, my White House,
My orange tanning lotion.
my orange tanning bed, my East Wing, my West Wing, my Melania,
Exactly.
my hats. Fucking hate him. Oh God. Finally, number of skeletons in Mike Johnson's closet, 6,000. Is it higher or lower than 6,000 skeletons
higher,
in Mike
way
Johnson's
higher.
closet? Yep. The number is in the billions and growing. And that's higher or lower, ladies and gentlemen.
I got to say one thing about Mike Johnson. He's got great Brill cream going in his hair. Remember Brill cream?
Yes, of course. A little dab will do you.
He's got like the slickest. His hair is always like slicked. Oh, it's really gross. It's like, dude, you know that kind of hair where you slick it over like that is not like went out in like the 70s. Where you
Right.
have like a slicked over, so creepy looking.
Well, I think that explains why he never knows anything about the news or what Trump did.
Oh
or
yeah,
said,
because he's late. Yeah.
he and Hegseth are just at the beauty parlor, just fucking. They have those things over their heads. They don't see anything, and they're
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
manicures
those-
and pedicures.
Keep your head up. Keep the fire burning, as they say, and good luck to all of us.
Yes, I think that the worm is turning. Take care of your mental health, folks.
Thanks for listening to Right is Wrong with Brian and Tom. Please follow us on social media and anti-social media. But please don't follow us while we're running errands. We're paranoid enough as it is. See you next time, human beings.